We are now 5 wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
9 to noon, ready to take over as your next shift therapists on this bombshell of a story. Craig Counsell to the Cubs. Are you kidding me? Of all the dirty deeds, boys, let me say hello. Good morning, Billy. Good morning, Armin.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Good morning, Tim Allen.
Good morning.
Not pictured.
I
The
didn't say good. I didn't say good morning. I just said morning.
Oh, calm down over there.
Wow, Billy.
I'm curious. Are you in Josh's state or not? That's what I'm curious. Go ahead, Zay. But I'm very, very intrigued here.
Of all the dirty turncoats, I can't believe we're not talking about Paul Marcarelli as one of the all-time most dirty. You know who that is?
No.
He's the Verizon to Sprint guy. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Marcarelli.
After 9 years, Marcarelli's contract with Verizon ended. He was approached by Sprint to try their service. He was so impressed, and Sprint asked him to star in a TV campaign titled Paul Switched. Dirty turncoat. That and Salvatore Bumpancero, a.k.a. Big Pussy on The Sopranos. Or maybe Nate from Ted Lasso turning heel. Huh? Maybe a more appropriate sort of thing. These are all fictional turncoats.
Twice a week.
Life.
Twice a
incredible,
week.
dude.
It's dumb.
doesn't
Like
sound-
twice
it's
a
just-
week.
Yeah. Easily.
What? That was his nickname on The Sopranos?
I don't
Yeah, I
care.
still
And if you
can't
say
say
it
it.
again,
Don't please.
Okay.
We gotta wait for this later wrap
All
up.
Okay. So let me
Anyway, was that guy offered a job by Sprint or Verizon? Where did he leave? Verizon?
Don't act like you're interested.
All right,
Don't,
yeah,
don't-
you're not.
just don't act like you're interested.
Let
Let's
us
just
just
go to the
go
next
The
one.
delay back up. Hey,
Yeah,
where was he at?
Pass the ball over. And somebody
Chargers
that's not going
27,
to.
Jets 6.
I just
Eckler 2 touchdowns.
Armin, I just read the whole thing, and you're asking me what happened there.
I was
Were you
just-
not listening?
No, I was distracted by something else.
Doesn't get paid to listen.
Okay.
All right, thank you for that.
All right. So I go to the high priest of all things baseball in this town, Tim Allen, host of the baseball postgame show, joining us now. He's been with Billy yesterday. He'll be with you all week. Very timely. Tim, I ask you, what saith you about this?
I'm still pissed. The one side of me, there's that side that says pick 28 other teams. If it's not the Brewers and not there's 28 others to choose from. You could have went to any one of those. If this report, someone had a source that said the Cub manager position was his dream job, well, then it makes
I
sense.
believe John Heyman.
Tom
Yeah.
Verducci.
Verducci. Okay.
Yes, so then it makes sense why I had to listen to Counsell when asked about this rivalry, this heated rivalry, when he says, oh, having the Cub fans, and it creates a great, exciting atmosphere here. Now it makes sense that he had to speak about that. The other side of this, Zabe, to answer your question, just from us guys, just people and money and generational money and taking care of your kids and taking care of your family. I know $3.5 million is a lot of money to all of us in the room. But when you talk about taking care of your grandkids and your grandkids' kids, Craig Counsell didn't have that money. Regardless of what you think $3.5 million is, it's not trust fund material for grandkids' kids. When you get to 40 million, I think at that point, now you're talking about changing the landscape of your family a little bit down the line, generations down the line. That part of it, I totally get. I understand it. But I want to tell this to Brewer fans. It is okay to be upset over this. Don't let anybody tell you how to feel. Don't let anyone tell you you can't be
you're
pissed.
the best, Tim.
Is it okay
Where
to
were you
be
at
mad
6
at Mark
and 7 and 8?
Attanasio? Tim, is it okay to be mad at Mark Attanasio?
Yeah. Can I be mad at Mark Mantanasio?
All right, Josh.
I don't know if he dodged or
Go ahead,
punted
Josh.
or
Keep
maybe
going.
both. There was some 3-and-outs and some punts and some dodges yesterday by Attanasio. I think he was asked a couple of different times, did you have a chance to match it? And it just was crickets.
It's clear he didn't. No,
Right.
it's clear he
Clearly.
did not have
Right.
the opportunity
Yes.
to match, which hurt him personally.
And what the offer
Absolutely.
was,
This was Dan Gilbert all over again.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
Got in front of a mic when his emotions were real and raw, and he said some things he probably didn't want to say.
He didn't go as bad as Gilbert, where like
No,
LeBron
but
can
it's
never
right
come into
there.
this city again. But it was pretty close.
was
You could
there.
hear his emotions last night for that 17 minutes.
Yes.
And frankly, I'll tell you this, Timmy, and I want to know how you feel about it. We'll talk about it throughout the show. I actually like Mark more today
I loved it.
Thank you.
after the way
I
he
love
came
it.
out
You.
and said it.
yeah,
I,
get
like,
on there and just go to town.
Yeah.
Craig
Don't
Counsell
say that on the
lost
talking text line
community.
because they'll say you're an idiot. I did
No.
that once already today.
He was.
I
he
called you
was
an
as
idiot for
much-
a lot of reasons,
I
but
thought he was
Tim,
pretty
he was
measured,
just-
to be honest and
Oh, yeah.
honest.
Can't believe what
Tim, he
you
was
think
as-
that he said that. Oh my gosh, you're an idiot.
Yeah, Tim, I believe he was as much caping up for Milwaukee, caping up for the Cream City
Heck
as
yeah.
much as he was just trying to get a zinger in on Council.
Yeah,
By the way, has
there-
anyone
there-
done the math? The marginal difference between $5.5 million and $8 million when you factor in Illinois taxes. Where is Bob Raiola, the tax guy that's on Twitter? He does all this sports tax
Mhm.
law stuff.
You would follow a
He
guy like
chronicles
that.
it's like you and the flight tracking army.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
But
a
that
CTA
holds.
that does all the tax stuff. I mean, it starts to shrink
Bypass.
quite a bit.
yeah, but that isn't that also Zabe? But isn't that also factoring in like thinking he moves? And this is the only job he could have taken in which he doesn't have to move.
No,
That's
but you pay
that's what I'm
you pay
curious about.
taxes.
Is he going to get a helicopter?
You,
No,
Like,
he's going
you
to drive.
literally
It's
will they
90
give him a
minutes.
copter?
It's really not that big of a deal.
Helicopter Otani and 40 million.
Probably
you pay
Soto,
the
but
income
close.
taxes in the state in which you work.
Okay, yeah.
So
but the
he's gonna-
residential taxes and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, some of these teams travel around. Jordan Love is going to pay some taxes to
You gotta pay
another
every-
state because he played
Absolutely.
a week's worth of wages in that state.
yeah.
So
Try
it-
doing
it-
that when you're making a G League money. You're paying like 25 cents to Oklahoma.
That's pretty funny,
And
actually.
that's a
done
quarter
that.
of their budget.
I've done that.
Zabe, the
Hey,
cost
what
of
do you
living,
need this
though,
quarter?
How dare
cost
you
of-
leave Bakersfield for Fort Wayne? Sorry.
that part of it, though, Zabe, when you think about what is Craig Counsell paid to do the Bob Uecker manager show every day before the game and in the pregame show, well, that's going to be heightened 6, 7, 10 times, 20 times
Yeah, by
more
Marquee.
in Chicago, right? So you, endorsement money, Chicago, market number 3. You're going to be just paid. You're going to make beyond the 40 million.
Yeah.
So that part of it is okay. The other part, being a fan, it's also all right to be upset. It's okay. Now, it doesn't mean Craig Counsell is a pathetic human being. He's not an idiot. We shouldn't call names, but
I agree.
it's okay to be upset.
Tim, if I can ask you a question, why do you think that the Brewers did not get an opportunity to match? Why do you think that the conversation between the Brewers and Craig Counsell dwindled to where they weren't even talking days before the decision was made?
I do my best to really kind of read anybody that speaks in Brewer land. So Craig Counsell speaks twice a day throughout the season, 162 games. He's before game, he's after game. Sometimes you guys have him on or whatever. I try and read a lot into that. I noticed the difference this year. And Josh, to answer your
You've
question,
been saying it all
I
year, too.
don't think he was coming back right from the start.
You
Right
said,
from
you
the
said it
start.
all year,
Why?
Tim.
Why, Tim?
Because you don't go into your lame duck season
Yep.
without any discussion of your future at all.
If you want to stay
Cor-
there.
Thank
correct.
you.
So that's why I'm saying that's been the big thing that I've been trying to figure out as I process this and I go through this anger and trying to direct it in the right way of, okay, so if Counsell, who, we see the hype videos for, Billy, nice enough to share that yesterday. So we see all of this stuff talking about Milwaukee and Craig and
I
how
am
he
you.
grew up here. And I'm just like you and all this stuff then it just seemed like he wanted to be out from the organization so badly with no explanation why. And I said, I think it's because it was toxic. He looked at the Brewers front office and there was some bad blood. There was something there. And what I got from 6 to 9 today was, no, it's about the money and the opportunity. And apparently he wanted a bigger challenge.
The challenge, the opportunity, everything's there. It's from a baseball perspective, as much as I hate that team, I hate the Chicago Cubs. I can't stand that team. Their fans, okay, fine. I know a lot of them. I don't hate the fans. I hate the Cubs
Really?
just themselves.
Yeah, I'm
like,
not a huge Cub fan.
just can't stand them.
Yeah.
From that perspective, this is the epitome of when you hear in sports the vernacular of it's a business. Just that made me feel just a little bit better. It's simply the business side of it, but it's a loud, booming business side,
All
and
right.
it punched us all. in
but
the
if
face.
that's the
There's
case,
turmoil.
if
That's what
that's-
Josh wants
right,
to
if
get.
that's
There's
the case,
turmoil
you would-
within the Brewers.
why would he have
Not
been
getting the-
like that?
Well,
Limited resources, Josh. If I had to answer
Yes.
one question, he said it more this year than in the combined 8 years
Ever
prior
before.
to this.
Yep.
It added up more this year when you just drop in market size once in a while.
Yeah.
That's what Craig Counsell did
Release
this
direct.
year.
And he did it
Again,
a
I've
lot.
heard every word he's
Then-
spoken all season.
Yeah. Okay. Then I just feel like then when I would have heard Antanasio yesterday, I don't think there would have been. It wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have felt the way I did. I feel like Antanasio would have came out more with the look. We'd been talking about this throughout the year. Craig and I, we're very open with each other with our communication, and Craig had made it known that he wanted an opportunity if it came up to go to a market
payroll.
that's not restricted as much and blah blah blah. Obviously, he's helped build this environment. There were more answers that I don't feel like I got from Antanasio that made me feel like it was more than just, well, I love you guys, but you're too small.
Well,
well,
I know you feel that way, but I believe it was Sisyphus quit. He got tired of rolling the stone up the hill and he quit. He went to the Cubs.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was toxic at the Brewers, but I don't think it was that bad. I think it was a combination of money and I quit doing this
And
because
hey,
it's
I've
too
been
hard
there.
in this
I've
market.
done it.
Yeah,
I
been
went
there,
to
done that.
Milwaukee.
It's time to move on.
Yeah.
All right, quick around the
but he
horn.
went to the
opinion-wise.
Cubs.
Right.
I know. Quick around the horn, all you guys. Would have been better or worse if you'd gone to the Cardinals? Better or worse?
Better.
Better for me.
Worse.
Really, Josh?
Way worse.
Not for
Way
me.
worse
No.
for me too.
No,
I
better
hate
for
the
me.
Cardinals. The Cardinal
Josh
way.
Cardinals
and
are that
Butchie
hot.
I
are
would've taken it. I would've
way
taken it.
worse.
Way worse.
And Armin and Billy are better. That's
I'm-
fascinating. The split. Right
Tim,
Okay.
I think it would be better if he went to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
This
That's-
Cub thing is just horrendous.
Okay. Another
No.
question. Will you take some Schadenfreudian delight if he fails?
Big time.
absolutely.
I want him to fail.
First of all, I want
Yeah.
the Cubs to fail no matter who their
Correct.
Correct.
coach is.
Okay.
All right. I don't care if it's, my dad. Okay. I want the Cubs to lose. All right.
Will you personally relish Counsell failing?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm not going to
Okay.
be happy when he
That's
sings
the
"Go Cubs,
question.
Go" when they win.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
Will
If
you
this
fly?
was his
Will you
childhood
fly the
dream.
double L's as I call them now?
you
Because
butcher.
we're going to fly 2 L's.
I'm
for
going to
every
be
Cubs
happy when they
loss.
lose. Yeah,
For
I'm going to be
Counsell.
happy. Fly them all.
Okay, all right. Fly the double L's after every loss. Billy, question that
What did I
video
say? I didn't
that
hear
you
it.
dropped where saying, I'm just going to leave this here. Hashtag thanks, Craig. I was like, is that a genuine thanks or a sarcastic thanks? I think I now know my answer.
Can it be
was
both?
Sarcastic.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Oh, it was,
was it
It was remarkably sarcastic because what he just gave me as now a sports radio host is remarkable content. Like I
mean, it's
appreciate,
really good content.
dude. I
No,
appreciate
get out
it.
of here.
I appreciate it forever.
Okay, so the
But-
thanks was for the radio gold he gave you, but you put that there saying, hey, what happened to all this stuff? Because it was a beautifully produced piece.
Oh, it's a remarkable
Got him.
piece. And Zabe, what they also cut off at the end is Brewers
Go Cubs,
season
go.
ticket packages on sale now for 2016 when they lost 90 games. So it was a season ticket sales advertisement that ran on television
Got
for.
it.
And let's not
8 months.
And let's
Yeah,
not
it
forget.
ran for a long time.
But also, let me just get this in here because this also needs to be added in. Craig Counsell resided over the most successful run of Brewers baseball in my lifetime.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So
Yep,
thank you for that.
Absolutely.
He gave us a decade of actual relevance. And from a selfish perspective, Tim Allen has a large portion of it. If his teams aren't relevant, his teams aren't fighting for a World Series, and Timmy and I don't do the postgame show in 2018 and blow up, I don't know that I'm sitting in this chair talking into the microphone because of the amount of times, reps, and attention that I got. So personally, I do have a lot of thanks to him. He was always very good to us, and he was always very good
So
to.
don't be sarcastic about that tweet then.
Well, but
What do
now he's like, he's dead to me. He's going to root for him to fail. And I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Sports, man.
But thank you very much. I appreciate
That's
it.
what makes it good. But you have to, and that's why I'm not all pissy about this because it is one of those things like you realize what he's done. Like he's
Well,
put together a good
And I can
program,
focus
a
on
good
that
team, like-
tomorrow.
and that's fine. I guess I'm ahead of my grieving.
I don't know.
It's
I
tough
like
not
that,
to
Josh.
let
I
his
do.
exit
And Josh,
define
you
him.
need to be able to do that.
This is what I'm
Timmy
saying
said,
all day.
you can be hurt today.
Like that's why I'm like, as a
Zabe-
fan, let me fan.
Zabe would like this because I think you'd like a cowherd life innuendo here in the middle of this. This is like you've dated your high school sweetheart for
Okay,
all
his
the way through
girlfriend?
college. All the way through college. And at some point, you're out, you're trying to make it
Yeah.
in the business world.
And what happens?
And she points out the ring that she wants in the jewelry case.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I thought you were going KB style there.
Listen, okay, all right. This ain't the 3 to 6
I
program.
thought you were going to that one. Okay.
No, she
Yeah.
points out a ring, and you know what? She don't want any of these lab-grown diamonds. She wants a real thing,
But
2
does it-
carats, right there in the middle.
But
I
hold
know
on.
what you're making. I know what's in your bank account. I know what your parents made for all those years. That's the ring I want.
Doesn't it make you feel like then it was all a lie, what you thought you had before? Doesn't it make you feel like you
Yes.
thought you knew someone and that person
Sure.
wasn't the same manner
Yes.
of
That's
man
why you can be
or
hurt
woman that
today.
you thought it was?
That's
It's
why you can
okay
be
to
hurt
be
today because
hurt,
she knocked
yes,
on the door of the quarterback and
And
said,
remember,
I want that ring. He bought it. Now they're driving around in his daddy's Corvette and not your,
so it makes
Trans Am.
so then it makes you feel like you can't trust anybody. That's
Maybe.
what, that's what
tough
hurts.
to not
Yeah.
let
Welcome to
the
sports.
exit
Now,
Welcome to
define
sports.
hey,
him.
welcome to
Welcome
life.
to sports.
And let me tell you something.
Can't.
When
There's
I
no
talk
loyalty.
about-
I talked about it how Susie went over to the festival to buy Coke because it was on sale. Like when you're a loyal customer at the grocery store, everybody does it. There's no loyalty in this world.
I don't
Especially
believe
in the
that. I
sports
don't believe that. I'm not going to
Or
let
the
you
grocery
tell me
store
that.
business.
And I'm not going to let these things make me believe that. There is loyalty in this world. I don't believe that. Sorry. You can't make I'm getting
Damn right.
tired of hearing it's just a
You know
business.
who had
And
loyalty?
it's no loyalty. I'm tired of
Giannis.
hearing it.
Giannis has loyalty. Oh, I almost just
Tell
swore.
3 years from now.
Can I say one more thing? I haven't really said much yet here. Can I say one more thing?
One more
True.
thing.
Couple things about that video too. Let's remember, and Tim, you might disagree with me. We talked about this. It's not like he wrote that video. It's not like he came up with the script and said, "I want to do this because this is why." We don't know that. Someone
That
gave him the
sounds
script.
so right.
Someone
Shoot it.
gave him the produce, and someone taped it.
He
Okay,
agreed to shoot it.
sure. He
Could
he
have said,
agreed.
"No, I ain't doing that."
He agreed to shoot it, but it's not like do I know
But
he
he
really
said-
felt this word?
He said a lot of those things to Timmy and I after they clinched in St. Louis in 2018. Now, Timmy,
All right,
we
fine.
might get called into the principal's office for doing that interview from the clubhouse on a cell phone nowadays. But he said, he goes, baseball in Milwaukee means more to me. I know the people that are sitting in nursing
Yeah.
homes listening to games every single night.
I remember
I
that.
know the families that were watching games all summer long, and I know we brought them a lot of excitement. I know what this
means
means.
so much to me.
So how am I supposed
So
to?
much to me
Did
that
he
I'm
think
just gonna
about those people yesterday? How am I supposed to believe that now?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm upset.
He was thinking about it when he drove 90 minutes down to go to Jed Hoyer's house and knock on the door and say,
By the way, you think he's
"What's up
really
with that check
You think he's
helicopter?"
really driving home every night?
He didn't drive.
No.
He took the helicopter.
He's
It's
got
the
an apartment.
stupidest thing. I've been listening to these two.
I
You
can't
think
believe
he's going to
people-
take a chopper home every
He's not
No.
driving home every
Where are
night
you
either.
landing a
No, he's not
chopper in
driving home
Wrigleyville?
every
You
night.
think he's getting off
For
on
40
Dempster?
million, you could put a helicopter
I-
pad anywhere.
You think he's
I
driving
don't know where
every
they-
night at 10:30, going back the next
No
morning,
chance.
getting off on Dempster,
It's a
going
stupid
on
I
Bryn
did
Mawr.
that last night. I
It's
drove
stupid.
2 hours. It was glorious.
Yeah.
Get in my thoughts, found a banger. Life was good.
162 times.
Hey,
He doesn't have to do it 162
81,
times.
81,
How many
81.
times are they on the road anyway?
81 then. You say he's going to go home. He's getting an apartment down there. He'll stay there most of the week. He'll come home on the probably off days or something like that. That's my theory. You think he's
All right.
driving all the way
Armin
back
is
up
so
on
mad.
94? I'm
Maybe.
just being realistic about the way it feels, okay? That's all.
Yes, sir.
Timmy,
Great
I'm so
system.
glad you're with the station. I'm so glad you're on today with Billy. I know you're going to chop it up. Your new therapists are in. Boys, great run today. Take it easy, okay? We're going to have a manager, all right? We're
They
going to
did tell us
We're
that.
good.
We are
good.
going to hire a manager.
62 games of baseball, 9 innings in length, 10 if needed, and then we got some funny rules. It'll be all right. See you tomorrow, everyone.